and welcome to Becoming Monsters Beyond the Dark. First off, I want to wish everybody a great birthday today that was born today, from 0 to 169. And if you're 169 going on 170, I want you on the podcast. Anyways, happy birthday to you, to all those beautiful babies. All right. And I hope everybody had a pleasant Halloween. And remember, the veil is still thin. Just because you're past the October deadline of Halloween doesn't mean you're done with the season. It usually goes till the next full moon. So, just for those werewolves out there, in case you want to know. So, beware the next full moon. Alrighty. Let's get into the copyright real quick so we can go on with this. This is a channel that may use some copyrighted materials without specific authorization of the owner, but contends that it falls under the Fair Use Act. Now, what is the Fair Use Act, you say? Okay. Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel and all the podcasts on the channel declare fair use of any and all content, that's any and all content, including the music, to be used for the sole purpose of informing you, the viewing family, of information for educational purposes, criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research, parody, and general entertainment use only, per the Fair Use Act, Section 17, subsection 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which is otherwise known as the Fair Use Act. Okay, that being said, we're going to get that out of there. What makes people, especially this time of the year, when the nights are longer and darker and colder, what makes people change? What makes people monsters? Is it the moon? Is it the cold? Is it that insatiable thirst for blood? What makes people become monsters? Well, we've got several photographs and trail cam photos to go over tonight. And we're going to see if we can delve into some of these to see just why these things are showing up. Okay? We're going to wonder and question every aspect of mankind turning into these monsters. Now, those of you that know me know my past. I don't have to repeat it. So, but I can tell you firsthand knowledge that these things do happen. Okay. The majority of the time, though, I can honestly tell you that it is some kind of an evil demonic presence that takes over the person's body and makes them change. Whether you want to call them a vampire, whether you want to call them a werewolf, a skinwalker, a zombie, whatever you want to call them, a ghoul, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, the mysteries of our mind and our spirit and our essence of being is so mysterious that science hasn't cracked the code yet. Only mere pieces of it. Now, when we look into the eyes of the beast, what do we see? Do we see the red? Do we see the amber or the orange? Do we see the green or the yellow? Do we see black? Nothing but black and darkness. I don't know. What would you say if it was a combination of all those things? Take, for instance, this next photograph that I'm going to put up here. This was a camera shot taken from inside the person's home, looking outside the window. And they have been said to have activity around their property and their home, such as banging on the sides of the house, um, weird howls and moans and whoops and all kinds of stuff. So this photograph is very, very interesting to me. Let me put it up here. As you can see by this photograph, what you're looking at is probably a Sasquatch, okay? Um, some people have tried to debunk this, but they can't, okay? This is too close to being perfect from what I can personally tell you that I've seen, okay? Just so you know. Um, right down to the skin color and everything. It is too perfect. Too perfect. And there'd be some smart asses out there like me, myself, and I that would say, oh, yeah, off the cuff, it looks like Eddie Munster. Well, you know what? Just because the guy's got better hair than you doesn't make him Eddie Munster. It just makes him more personable. Okay? So, that being said, when we look at things like this, is it a man or is it a beast? Or is it just something that we don't yet know? How about we go to another picture? Okay. Here's another picture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's silhouetted there. Big black in the center of the picture frame. You can see the roundness of the shoulders. You know, I mean, it's a bad picture, but to say the least. But it is nonetheless a picture. Okay. Um, is it real? I'm not gonna say because I can't tell what is shadow and what is supposed to be the creature or the cryptid that is in this photograph. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that up to you all to decide. Okay. Now here's a couple for those out there that are like me, very interested in the dog man phenomena and the skinwalkers and all that, and the werewolves. Here's some nice pictures for you all to take a look at. Here's one, and I want you to take an honest look at this, and I want you to concentrate. Look at certain aspects of the body of this cryptid being, okay? And tell me if you don't see a human form in some way, shape, or form in this. What do you see? Oh, I just see a big wolf that, looks like it's leaping at something. Well, yeah, it does look like it's leaping or it's running around or darting around on two legs, on the hind legs, and using itself to brace itself with its front hands. As you can see, this thing has clearly digits. This photograph has been authenticated too, by the way. There is no manipulation whatsoever in this photograph. So I'll say it again. What makes man become beast? I don't know. Is it the darkness of their soul? Is it the darkness of the world around them that gives them the energy to transform? A little bit of everything, I think. But you cannot deny that that thing has hands, not paws, but hands. Okay. Look at the teeth. Those aren't the teeth of a canine. Those are not the teeth of a canine. Look at the eyes. The eyes are one solid color. Usually is a demonic possession when they're one solid color. Interesting. Very interesting to say the least. Dog-like features, werewolf-like features, yet has a human hand. Incredible, huh? That's just the beginning. That is just the beginning I have. But let me go back here to the comments, to the chat, and we're going to say hello to a few people that are coming on. And let me see here. War Criminal 7, good to see you. Ray Landry, good to see you, brother. All right, Juno, my brother from New Mexico, good to see you. Good to see you, man. All right, Spiritual Odyssey, good to see you. Yeah. Corey Cole, good to see you, brother. Been a long time. Scotty B, good to see you. All righty. Now let's get back to these photographs. And I got quite a few of them to go through, so I've got like an hour to do this in, actually less than an hour. I've got about 44 more minutes to do this. So we're going to try to get through all of these here, okay? So some of them might be rushed, and some of them might be a little lazy. Okay, here's another one. Let me find it here. Come on. Where are you? There we go. Kind of looks like the same thing. A little clearer resolution, though, because that's actually taken from a security camera, not a trail cam. But yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. Now, to me, the dog-like features, the legs, the hind legs, but also look at the hands again. It has hands instead of paws for the front, for the two front legs. Hands, just like the other picture. Hands. Okay. Now, clearly, we won't be able to see much at the distance we're at here with this camera, even though it's a clear shot. But you can see how this would freak people out, even if it was a real dog that was up on the screen door looking in and wanting to come back in, and it's just taken at the time where the front paws hit the deck, you know, as he comes down to go on all fours. It still looks like this animal is standing on two legs. Okay. Two legs. Okay. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But some of these pictures are going to be complete and utter hoaxes. Okay. Complete and utter other, what I want to say, questionable. Let's put it that way. Here's another one of a dog man. Again, look at the front hand. That's not a paw, that is a hand. Ears are on the side of the head, just like the other ones. Is that a werewolf? Well, in my book, it would classify it as a werewolf because it has distinct human features and distinct canine features. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh, and how about this one? No, everybody's seen this one before. Hate to break it to you, but that's a fake. Yeah, classified captures captured a classified hoax. Yeah, when you put a chimpanzee's face on a black bear, you put fingers on a black bear, it tends to and then stretch it out and elongate it. I don't know. To me, that one is fake. Now here's a good one that you don't know if it's canine or if it's Bigfoot or what because it's so close. But do we question it? I mean, look at the detail of the hair. The detail of the hair is so fine that you can't misconstrue it for being fake fur. Okay. Now, is that the eyeball of Bigfoot? Is it the eyeball of the dog man? Very well could be a dog man. But that eyeball and that angle of the eye leads me to think that it is definitely, positively, 100% real. Yes, I said real. I've studied this one over and over again, and I could not find any fault with it other than it had better hair than I do. So I thought that was very interesting. It's incredible. And you can tell it's not that young either because you can see the age wrinkles around the eyes. So either it's somebody in very, very, very good realistic makeup or it's the real deal. Okay. Now, how about you Bigfoot enthusiasts out there? Could that be a Bigfoot? Yeah, it could be. It could be. But I'm more than likely to believe that this is the Bigfoot more than anything because that looks exactly like what I saw. Just so you know. And they have this picture floating around out there. I'm sure some of you out there have seen this picture of the Shaggy DA. I don't know what this is. I don't know if somebody just took a picture of an orangutan and darkened it or what, but I'm telling you right now that that picture was not taken in the United States. So I don't know where that picture was taken from. I know they're claiming it was taken in the United States. Well, I challenge these people that took this photograph to show me exactly where this picture was taken because those are bamboo trees behind him, folks. So that tells me that, and plus, this is nothing more than I just I cannot even tell you how upsetting it is when there's photographs like this online that say, "Oh, it's Bigfoot captured." Well, no, I'm sorry, it's not Bigfoot captured. Okay, what you have there is probably the picture of the orangutan. Just like they said that that picture of an orangutan down in Florida was a skunk ape. Okay. So I'm going to dub this one as either being a real animal like an orangutan or a complete fake, because that is not anything close to what I've seen in the woods. And believe me, I grew up in the woods. All right, let's see what else we got here. I wanted to show you something here that the Bigfoot enthusiast out there. This one's for you, man. Here we go. You ever wonder the difference between a Bigfoot and the Rock? Well, this one makes it seem like Bigfoot could, the Rock could be one of the excrements of the Bigfoot, to tell you the truth, because the Bigfoot dwarfs the Rock and his 6'3" or 6'4" height. That Bigfoot's probably every bit of 9 feet tall. So, but yeah, that's the difference between man and beast. Okay, the difference between man and beast. Now this is an interesting picture. Okay, to me, this is a juvenile Bigfoot. It's definitely taken here in the States. I can tell by the flora in the picture. Um, Probably somewhere between West Virginia and Georgia area. That'd be my guess. But it's not a full grown Bigfoot, but it's definitely got the characteristics of a juvenile. Um, those of you that research Bigfoot on a regular basis would know. Um, the juvenile that I saw in the arms and on the branches of the tree looked pretty much like that. So I don't know, just a little bit smaller, a little bit younger. That one there is probably, I'd say, probably 9 to 10 months, maybe a year in age. So, yep, yep. That's definitely a juvenile Sasquatch. Okay, then we have this one going around. Now, this one really, really bugs me. Supposedly, this picture was taken from this selfie, and it was taken up in New England somewhere where these people were visiting. And I'm sorry, but either that is a bronze statue behind the guy of a Native American, probably Massanutten, or Penobscot, um, or Abenaki, you know, um, something along that lines up in New England. Um, but that clearly is not a Bigfoot. That clearly is nothing more than a statue that has been behind the guy in the trees. Okay. Why they would try to do this is beyond me. Maybe this is taken just out of complete context and somebody just ran with it. Um, but I can tell you right now, that is not, and I'll repeat till I'm blue in the face, that is not a Bigfoot. Okay. Not. All right. I've looked at this image very, very closely. So closely that I could make out that it literally looks like a Native American. Okay. So, and if it is a real Native American, then it's probably the spirit of one, but it's not a Bigfoot. It's not a cryptid creature. It is something else, bronze statue or what, but it's definitely not a Bigfoot. So, alrighty, next Bigfoot one. This one, folks. What do you think about this one? Either that's a very, very ugly dwarf, um, and I mean that like the dwarf from the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I don't know. I'd say questionable, but then again, who knows? There's all kinds of fake stuff they're putting out there on the internet. I mean, this is just, it's getting out of hand. We were all worried about AI coming out and basically making all these photographs, look real and all that. And I think that's what's going on here. Okay, you got a lot of very, very well done hoaxes and a lot of legitimate stuff too. Okay, well, like this next one. Okay, of this giant skull. Yeah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. What are they trying to tell us? There's nothing in the record, in the fossil record of anything like this ever. And so, to me, I'd have to say hoax. I'd have to say AI generated hoax because there's nothing, even the way the teeth are on this thing are not, they're not conducive, and it looks like it has a third eye. I mean, come on now. This is definitely something that they're stretching with. The vaginal sutures around the skull cap and stuff, those are way too big. The thing would have bled to death from its own brain. So, yeah, that's definitely got to be fake. Definitely fake. But here's one that's questionable. Okay. Now, I want you all to take a look at this and see if you can see what the person that took this photograph saw. They're telling me that this was a lizard being. Okay, you can see the right arm coming down, okay, and onto that. And the left is bent up there at the shoulder. And the head is facing away from us at the very top of the photograph, all the way down to where I guess the tail is. I guess that's the tail. But to me, this is not, I hate to say this, to me, this is not a lizard being. First off, the tree that it's on and the moss on the tree is something you would find in a swamp, okay? And several of the swamps in the south have very, very large iguanas. So to me, this would be an iguana, okay? To me, this would be an iguana, plain and simple. Okay, not a lizard being. Okay, this is no more a lizard being than that big skull is a Bigfoot skull. Okay, sorry, fake and fake. Not a real skull and not a lizard being. I'm sorry to say. Okay, now next photograph. And then we're going to get into some paranormal stuff too, which is pretty cool. That was caught on camera. All right, we have this thing. This picture has been going around. Looks like a normal crocodile until you see the entire thing out of the water. definitely a crocodile, guys. But somebody tried to took advantage of the ropes and the lashings around the neck of this thing in order to put this fake head on it. Okay, this is fake, guys. This is definitely fake. Okay, don't fall for this crap. All right, don't fall for this crap. And that's exactly what this is crap. Okay, it's fake. All right, getting back to the dog man stuff. Okay, take a look at this. Pretty damn realistic, huh? That's probably the most realistic thing looking thing I've seen. But then again, with it being Halloween, you never can tell how good the makeup artists are nowadays, and the types of latex that they use to make the masks and stuff. I mean, look what the CIA does, covering up people's identities, you know. So I would definitely say that that is probably from a movie or that kind of a basically a theatrical creature. Okay, makeup. So probably a real human, but either that or probably a mannequin done up like that. You know how those wax museums are, they're so realistic that could be even one of them. So anyways, I would call that as a fake, to tell you the truth. And here's another one. Let me get my banner off of there for a second. I'm going to show you the bottom of this picture. It says Trail Cam 001 42 Fahrenheit on July 2023. Do you really, really believe that was a trail cam picture? Not me. I don't believe it. Not for an instance. That looks more AI than anything because I haven't seen any trail cam pictures come up that vivid. And you look at how pixelated the foliage is behind it. So that in itself tells me that that was definitely messed with. Okay. Sorry, folks. Again, another fake. And that's the problem with today's field. You got too many people out there faking this crap to be famous. Okay. Don't fake this shit. All right. If you want to make a mockery out of something, make a mockery out of your own lives. Don't make a mockery out of somebody's research and investigations. So a lot of people put a lot of hard work into this type of research. And when I see stuff like this, it really, really pisses me off. So, you want to know what makes man a monster? Shit like this. That's what makes man a monster. All right, here's another one we're going to take a look at. I honestly, I honestly don't know. Either this is, I don't even know what to say about this. I really don't. I don't even have a clue. Either it's somebody trying to get off a wetsuit or the top of a wetsuit or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to think. It's definitely weird to say the least. I'll have to look into that further, but yeah, the ice caps and stuff behind it, and the water and stuff. That's all real in the photograph. You can tell, but this thing in the shadowing, I don't know. I don't know. The shadowing doesn't set well with me. Okay. If that was an actual creature, they think the shadow would be a little bit longer, anyways. It'd be out to where that nub is coming up in the ice that it's standing on, instead of just coming out mere inches from its own body. So that in itself tells me that it's fake. Good try, though. But yeah, definitely fake. Reminds me of those, what do they call those? The Fresno night crawlers. Yeah, the night crawlers. Or the night stalkers, whatever they're called. And let's see here. We've got just a couple more here that I wanted to bring up. These next two are very interesting to me. I don't know how you all would see it, but this one here, this is actually legit. But I'm questioning the fact that it's something paranormal. I really just don't think so. Those look like the kind of rocks that you would use like a natural rock, kind of like a regular water slide, type of a thing. So that tells me that, that area, that the way that river is formed, or that stream, with the current and the smoothness of the water going over the smoothness of the rocks, reminds me of a place up in Maryland, up in around Cumberland, Maryland, that people used to slide down the top of it like a water slide and come all the way down about 100 feet. So that might be kind of the same thing that's going on with this picture too, folks. Okay, just so you know, that might be just a picture of a fat white guy in a bathing suit. Hate to break it to you, but that's what it might be. Okay, so, and I don't think Bigfoot wears a loincloth, so it's definitely not Bigfoot. Okay. Okay. So, could it be paranormal? Yeah, it could be. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But yeah, I guess you could, it could be, but it looks like the water's interacting with it around it. So it would have to physically be there in order to be interacting with that water, going around it and splashing up around the legs. So that tells me that's just somebody having a good time at a good old natural water park. Okay. Now this one gets me. What do you think? Halloween or a ghoul? Or heck, it could even be a spirit. You never know. It's skinny enough to be. I don't know. To me, the edges of it seem like it's photoshopped and placed in there. Like it was a picture of just the wooded area behind it, where that thick branch goes across the front. It looks like if you follow the backside of this being all the way up, you'll see like a black line separating the bush from the backside of this thing. I don't know if you can see it as well as I can on my computer, but that leads me to believe that this was actually cropped in there, folks. So I'm going to go with fake on this one too. Sorry. Sorry. Most disturbing things ever caught on camera 2023 is very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Anyways, I just wanted to show you guys some of those. I mean, we have other ones, that are like this one here, clearly a mask. You can see at the neck, going midway from the shoulder blades, on up. You can tell that that's a mask, a hoodie mask that this person's wearing. So that's just a complete fake. Okay. The reason I'm doing this tonight, guys, is because there's a lot of question online about what's real and what's fake and how can you interpret it. Okay. Now these are just, yes, these are my interpretations of it. Okay. From not only my personal experience dealing with the paranormal and the supernatural and the cryptid over 60 years. Okay. But also, just common sense, man. Use your eyes, you know. You can tell that that's a mask. Okay. We can't, we shouldn't believe everything that is put in front of us, folks. Okay. There are some things that we can believe. Okay. And I'm going to show you one right now. Okay. This was taken by an officer in the army. Okay. Allegedly taken by an officer in the army. Okay. Of an alien entity. Okay. Do I believe it? Well, yes, because it was check fact that this is a former Army officer that did release this photograph. Okay. Yet, that doesn't make it legit. Okay. Because just because somebody's an Army officer doesn't mean that they're not going to fake something to become famous. Okay. First off, I hate to break it to you. All right. But I would guess that I'm 75% positive that this is probably as close to a real picture of an alien that you're going to find. That's just my opinion. Here's another one. And I'm sorry for this one because this one is just utterly, I don't even know where to go with this thing. Pale crawler, ghouls. Yeah, they're ghouls and pale crawlers do exist, folks. Yes. Cave crawlers do exist. Yes. I don't know though. I would say the white one is more than likely 50% positive it could be real. The dark colored one, no. I don't think so. Even though the eyes they say the eyes are glowing, I don't, I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling it. So, but anyways, let me see if there's any others on here I wanted to go over with you all. I'm running out of time here. And then I'll get to the comments real quick. No, I guess that's it. I guess that's all of them I have tonight. Well, wow, we did that in perfect time. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, is this life that we live? Do we have the power to change? I think we do. In fact, I know we do. Do we have the power to heal ourselves? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We can manifest anything we want to manifest. Why do you all think you're seeing everything you're seeing? Those of you that are told to take your shoes off and your socks off and curl your toes up into the grass and into the weeds and the dirt between your toes and stuff and your feet and on your feet and the coolness and breathing in the air of the woods before you go into them, making that connection will make you more susceptible into seeing what you want to see. Sometimes our psyche, like when we're doing ceremony, when we concentrate so hard on something in ceremony, whether it's to make it rain or whether it's to ask an animal spirit to take us over, okay? It happens. It's real. Don't doubt it. If you believe in Jesus, you believe in the devil. Well, the devil's always around. The devil lurks in each and every one of us also. Just depends on if you want to release that part of your spirit, your soul. They say we have two souls in us, one good, one evil. Depends on which one we tap into. So think about it. Men becoming monsters is not as far-fetched. It's not a wild pipe dream. Man becomes monsters because we have that ability. But do we want that ability? And do we use that ability for the light or for the dark? I've done both. Those of you that don't believe, that's your prerogative. But when it comes knocking on your front door or running in front of your car late at night in the shine of your headlights, staring you straight into the face as your brakes squeal to a stop, and that beast looks you in the eye, and you won't believe for an instant that what you saw was real or wasn't an illusion until you notice the mark on the hood. I tell you all to question everything like we did tonight. Sort the garbage out of the real. Sort the crap and the phony stuff out of the supernatural, out of the cryptid stuff, out of the paranormal. What do you get? You get our essence. You get our way of being. You get us in raw form. We are all supernatural beings. It just depends on whether you can control your own power. With that being said, folks, I want you all to have a very, very good night. And look for me and Carlito tomorrow on conspiracy theories. And I'm going to, Griff, good to see you. West Coast Dogman, Tombstone, good to see you. Derek, good to see you. Who else we got in the house? Who else we got? I know we got Corey and Juno. And I said Griff. Lily Pond, good to see you. Oh, good. I'm glad you all were talking about it. Diamos Mars, good to see you. Good to see you. Juno, maybe my brother Juno can enlighten some people on Native American belief, because and Corey, you know too, as well as anybody. We hold ceremony very sacred, very sacred. And the more ceremony we hold, the more power we feel. Makes your heart go boom, boom, boom. Sheer power. But you have to be careful. You know, it's like that old Spider-Man movie saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, that's true. Choose for the light, not the dark. But we all have our own power. We just need to tap into it. We need to tap into it. So, everybody, with that being said, we're 55 minutes in. I'm trying to keep these under an hour so I can share them to other channels too. So, I want to again thank everybody for being here. You all mean the world to me. If I can help anybody in any way, just look for the Grumpy Old Indian Nighthawk on Facebook and DM me, and I'll try to help you as best I can. Those of you out there that have already helped, you can testify to the fact that I do help. I don't just talk, I do help. So, you know, yeah, good night, Corey. Good night, Tombstone, Juno, Lily Pond, Derek, War Criminal 7. Everybody, you know, thank you for being here. We'll be on again tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, me and Carlito with the Conspiracy Theories podcast. Okay. So that being said, 11 o'clock tomorrow night, and then Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to come on and I'm going to have my cup of coffee and we'll just talk. You know, maybe we'll bring you guys on periodically and talk about what you want to talk about. Okay. So I'm still in the process of trying to find somebody to co-host with me on Saturday and Sunday mornings. So somebody that, you know, we can roll with each other, you know what I mean? And like I'll think something and they can complete the sentence type of a thing. Overbuilt, good to see you. So anyways, guys, you know, I thank you all for being here. Wish you all to have a great night. I am going to probably go make a cup of coffee and do some more research. Okay. Everybody have a great night. Godspeed. Watch your six and question everything, guys. Like I showed you tonight on some of these photographs, question everything. Okay. Not everything that they stick in front of us is real. All right. You'll know what's real. Good night, everybody. God bless.